The following content is intended for a mature audience only. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Boom, boom. We're on British Bears, coming to you from another land. The British Bears Show, another kind of fan. Bears fans all day, Bears fans all night, 365 days, 5,000 miles away. Hey, hey, hey! The British Bears, the Irish Bears, the German Bears, the Polish Bears. Wait, what? We are Bears. We are Bears. We are Bears fans. Hey! The British Bears. The British Bears. Welcome to the British Bears.
Welcome to the British Bears Show. And now your hosts, C-Dub and Jason UK Bears.
Well, thank you, Walter Payton, the legend, the man and the legend. It brings into a show like that. And I tell you one thing, man, the starting.
Oh, he's gone again. Seconds in and he's frozen. You
I know,
didn't get any of
I know.
that, mate.
Right, we'll start again because you froze as well. Thank you, Walter Payton, for the intro. You're a legend, mate, and you'll always be a legend. You'll always be the best running back ever in the world history of all time and infinity. Welcome to the British Bears Show. My name's Chris. How are you doing, Jason?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Yeah, let's crack on.
Cool. Enough said.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Yeah, the
you're
show
getting the
could
life
go-
story. Just get on with it. Let's talk football.
I know you like to be a man of mystery. I like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Keep the punters guessing. Keep the punters guessing, mate. But yeah, the British Bears Show, British Bears coverage with a British accent. Let's get the show going. Unfortunately, the Bears lost to the Bengals 27-9 in their preseason game last Saturday. It was a bit of an ugly game to watch, being a Bears fan, really, and there weren't many positives to take out of it, really, which is it's quite hard when you try to do a show about the Bears and there's not many positives to take out of. But yeah, just anybody in the chat you'd like to say hello? Is anybody coming?
The used couple of the regulars here already. Look, Armando's in and Peanut Head is here too. So welcome, guys.
Hey,
Emmy BearsCountryPod Davis is here as well.
Hey,
Haven't seen you for a
Bea!
while.
How you doing, girl?
Thanks for joining us so much. Good to see you guys here, and we'll see everyone else when they drop in. But yeah, thanks for being there, everyone. Just welcome.
Cool. Right, we'll crack on then. Let's start with the offense. I was very, very surprised when Caleb Williams stepped out to start. I mean, I was happy. And a lot of the passes he seemed to get him do were like, two drop and pass the ball out. He was 2 for 5 for 28 yards. He missed that long one to Loveland, which would have been a really good catch and pass. But yeah, I mean, I think they just got him out there, just like get a bit of experience, just get used to the game day experience and the routine more than anything else. But I'm glad he wasn't injured. That was like the main thing. I went, oh shit, don't get injured, man. Don't get injured. But what did you think of Caleb's? Well, I mean, he only played that one series. What did you think of his performance?
Just the one drive, wasn't it? Yeah, but just the drive was ruined by penalties, obviously, wasn't it? In the first quarter, we had more penalties the entire game last week. So, yeah, that's the thing we'll talk about is something like that. Some of those things that went wrong with the penalties, certainly. There's a lot of discussion about that that one pass to Loveland, wasn't there? But I don't know if you've seen Swifty's breakdown where he says he was trying to back shoulder him to lead him away from the safety. And because Hello, Shorty. It's good to see you, mate. He's in there as well. Armando says he saw Caleb looking confident and a true leader. I think that's really standing out. Really standing out from this preseason, isn't it? Is that his command of the offense. And that's what I'm so excited to see. Is this sort of if he can just take it up another level with Ben Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too worried about that in terms of the offense. When it's all vanilla. We're not going to give anything away, the tiniest things away. So it's going to be a bit kind of dull. But you'd like to see better execution. Obviously, the penalties were drive killers. Then the throw over Colston Loveland kind of finished it off. But good to see him out there. Just one drive, like you said. I don't want to risk him too much. We need to just keep everyone fit and healthy, don't we, in a minute? So
I
thought it was okay, but just disappointing. And like you say, especially with the title of the show is the left tackle issue, isn't it? And that wasn't helped by Braxton Jones, was it? Because he had the holding penalty or the false start, one of them. But it is what it is. But good to see him out there and good to see him just get on and off and no dramas. Would have been nice to get a touchdown, but obviously the offense sputtered all game long, didn't it? It was a struggle all game. So not good.
Yeah, I mean, after Williams did his one and only drive, Keenum came in. He was 9 out of 17 for 119 yards. I mean, he played pretty solid. I mean, he played how you'd expect him to play, really. I mean, it was quite cool near the end of the first half where we got down and he managed to get them all sorted out so we could kick a field goal just before the end of the first half. So that was really cool. But I mean, he played all right. He just didn't seem to click, did it? The offense on Saturday just didn't seem to be any sort of timing at all. And then the third quarterback who came in was Moss. He went 13 out of 21 for 103 yards. Did all right as a third stringer of Spurs. I mean, he got knocked about a bit near the end because obviously we didn't have any sort of starting offensive line then. I mean, I don't know what his position will be in the squad. I mean, I can't see him making the squad, especially when Burgett comes back from injury. You got your QBs there, aren't you, straight away? What were your sort of overall thoughts about the passing offense? What was displayed?
Like I say, I think Keenum wasn't his usual sort of efficient self. He did okay, but I'd say it just felt like a bit of a bad day at the office, didn't it? Really?
Yeah, it really did.
One really impressive bit of game management at the end there, wasn't it? To get right at the death, to get that into field goal range at the end of the first half, end of the second quarter. That was really well managed. I guess you mean Shorty means Willis, but yeah.
The left guard, left tackle. Yeah, I agree.
Well, didn't he play? He put him on the right, or no? He was on the left with Benedict, wasn't he? On the right.
Yeah.
I know that after I mentioned it last week, they did decide to put Benedict over on the left again, didn't they? Tried him at left tackle, but none of it worked. Hang on, what's this? What's that? 10 jewels gold coin? Is this like a sort of super chat kind of thing? What's going on? Someone.
Well, thank you very much, Evie. You're very kind.
Something I don't know. So someone surely explain that to me.
We're very happy about getting it.
We don't know what it is, but we're very glad that you've done it. Thank you very much.
It's got gold in the title, so it must be something good. You know what I mean? It must be something good.
Yeah. Shorty says, "Can we move Willis to D tackle? It may be a better D tackle."
Might be, mate.
Jedrick Wilkes. Did I get that name wrong? Yes, Shorty. It's Jedrick Wills.
Yes.
Wills, not Willis, not Wilkes. It's Wills. But Wills. He was terrible. Every left tackle was terrible. Well, I say terrible. It was just bad on it. There was a couple of patches. So I made a note of. I think when was it? Early in the second, I think it was. That actually there was some decent O-line play from the seconds. Here we go. Evie says YouTube has redeem points to add to the lives. I don't know. Treats. Another thing. What's going on, Evie? You're just freaking me out. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I'm scared.
It's two dinosaurs when it comes to social media,
Shorty, really? Shorty says, what? I thought it was Wilkes this whole damn time. Shorty, brilliant. Jedrick Wills Jr. So, So, no, I don't know what that is, Evie. Someone to explain, hopefully. But Evie's tried to explain, but us two old duffers over here don't know what you're talking about. Woof woof dog biscuits. There you go. But I thought there was a point in the second quarter. I think the second string O line played okay in patches, but that left tackle shit needs to be sorted out, doesn't it? I think what one thing I did notice is that Taylor Decker is still available as a free agent. If they really got desperate and there was nobody standing out, Johnson knows him from his time in Detroit, isn't he? He was the guy that was released by Detroit because they wanted to extend his contract, or didn't want to extend his contract. So they basically released him, and he's still available as a free agent. So I think Cam Robinson is as well, but he's not terrible. But again, if they're that good, they're not going to be sat there now, are they? But
that's right. It's late.
Maybe Decker could be a good stopgap if they really are unsure that anyone's up to the job that have got on the 53. You know, I don't know, mate. It was just a bad, like I say, bad day at the office. But you're going to hopefully see more from Armando mentioned it earlier. There were too many occasions that Braxton was sort of getting pushed back. You know, we thought he was in good shape. He said he's sort of in the best shape of his career so far, and we were hoping he's recovered from that injury, but it doesn't look like he's up to it right at the minute. But we've got next week. We've got another joint practice, which will be a stiff test. We'll talk about that later, but overall it needs to get better, doesn't it? So they're not going to scheme anything. So they're not going to show any hands in terms of scheming the left tackle safe. You know.
I think as well. I think they did the same as what they did last week. I think in the second half. I don't think.
There we go. There's one from Peanut. Actually, says no cap space. I think we've got a small amount, haven't we, of cap space? But Decker said no NFC North team if he comes back. That's interesting. So there you go. Right. That might have killed that one off. Maybe that's why they haven't. But maybe Ben Johnson can work his magic on a guy that knows him well. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe we can, like I said, in the preseason, they're not going to show any of you clever schemes that will give you any help to the left tackle. They'd rather, I think the opposition, they'd rather they go in thinking that they're going to run all over them. But we'll see, won't we? See what comes up next week. But overall, really, really poor from all of our left tackles, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, regarding the Russian attack, Johnson was the main sort of ball carrier. He went 12 for 42 yards. Ahmed went for 6 for 36. Moss, the QB, went 1 for 5 yards. And Brown went 3 for 3 yards. What do you reckon about Johnson then? Because they've been playing him a lot in the preseason, so they must be really wanting to see what he can do, or if he's still going to be. Because the thing as well, I'm thinking about the running back, because obviously you got Johnson, who's pretty much like a north-south runner, and then you got Ahmed, who's more like his slasher type. So I suppose it's trying to get the right sort of balance in the running back room, because you got Swift.
Mm-hmm.
God, I had a right brain fart then. Real proper brain fart. I'm like, oh. Anyway, so we got Swift, who's like an all-round back, and he's a bit of a slasher, can put his head down. How you doing?
Good to see you, mate.
So I suppose it's trying to get the balance in the room of how many sort of scat backs do you want? Do you want a couple balancing out people who are north-south Bruce running? But what do you think of Johnson so far through the preseason?
He ran hard, didn't he? I'd say they're giving him a chance to earn that third running back spot. I mean, I think up until Saturday, you'd probably say that Ahmed was way out in front, but I thought Johnson ran hard, didn't he? Really? I mean, I don't know if it'll be enough to save him. I'm not sure they'll keep 4 running backs on the roster for the start. So yeah, I'm really not sure. It's made it more interesting, I guess, to watch this weekend. But I thought Ahmed is go on.
Does he play special teams as well, Johnson?
Well, you broke up, you said special teams, didn't you? I think Johnson plays special teams quite a lot.
So that might help him get on the roster.
Tony Moy, hello mate, good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
He does play special teams, but I think Ahmed had one good tackle as a gunner. I think on one.
Yeah, he did.
So it's going to be an interesting battle. That's a real battle going on for the third running back. I think, like you say, Swift is your sort of shifty kind of like tackle. Tackle. Your swifty running back, and Monunga is your sort of bruiser up and down, straight in your face, like trying to take your head off, like he did to was it Rashawn Gary at the Green Bay Packers last year when a piece of his helmet went flying off into the stands. You love it, yes. He's that guy.
As Kevin Keegan said, I love it. I love that. I love that. None of the Americans will know what we're on about, but English people will.
Exactly. But so it's going to be an interesting battle. I think that really sort of heated up this weekend because, like I say, I thought Ahmed was way out in front, but maybe Rojo, as Armando says, is a special teams player. has been since he's all the time he's been here. So maybe that will count in his favour.
Right, yeah.
But I think Ahmed's kind of a better receiving back in some respects. So, but I don't think he's, again, pass protection is the big one, isn't it? So I have to see what he does with that, because that's another part of your bread and butter, isn't it, as a running back? So
it is, especially if we're struggling. Yeah, especially if we're struggling at left tackle. You know, if you can keep it back in, you need somebody. You need somebody who's. I mean, when I played running back, I used to love blocking linemen and linebackers blitz, and I used to take them out, man. Take them out by the centre and chop them. So I never understand why some running backs don't like doing it. Because I used to love that as much as a running ball. You know what I mean? Because it's part of the game. It's important, especially on the passing play.
Yeah, it's a good point from Peanut Head here, actually, mate. If they carry 4, it might be a sign about Manungai's injury, but they're saying he's week to week, and hopefully he'll be back, aren't they, for the first game of the season for week 1. So what did I see? I was looking at updates from Johnson in the press conference. Oh, reports, breaking news. This is from Bears Wire. Is they're saying that reportedly the Bears have had trade discussions involving Javon Dexter.
All right.
So, yeah, that's nothing more to add than that, really. It says, considering the lack of depth already along the D line, unless the Bears are getting substantial compensation, it doesn't make sense to trade Dexter unless a player is involved as part of the compensation. So that's interesting. According to NFL insider Jordan Schultz, apparently there's multiple scenarios where a deal could get done, sending him to a new team. So Carl will be very pleased. And the other bad news update from practice is that apparently Darnell Wright exited training camp today with an apparent elbow injury. So he went to the sideline after a team period, having his arm looked at by the trainer. And apparently it's the same elbow that he suffered a torn UCL last season. So it's flexing his arm, moving it while he's being looked at by the trainer. So, and Dexter actually went out of the session as well with the trainer. So he left early practice today.
Right.
So that might affect his trade value. But yeah, I mean, we know that Wright can, I mean, hopefully it isn't too bad, but we'll have to wait for an update from Johnson, won't we? I know he played pretty well with one arm before, didn't he? He kept.
Well, he did do, yeah. Perhaps the whole last season he was playing one arm. And the thing as well is, obviously, so even if it's just a minor little tweak, they're gonna. God, he's got a lot of hate against him, hasn't he? My God.
A lot of people don't like Dexter, do they? We had 4.5 sacks last season. His numbers are pretty good. I think it's not because we didn't stop the run very well last year, did we? But I think they feel he's part of that. So, but yeah, we'll see. It's a contract year for him, isn't it? I think so. Yeah. Who knows? He needs
I don't think he'll be going anywhere, mate. I think we need players. I think we need as much depth as we can on the defensive line. Apart from Jordan Vandenberg. Is it Vandenberg? What a fucking... He was definitely the best player of the game on Saturday. He's just non-stop. He's just a non-stop tackling machine. Absolutely brilliant. Especially, did you see that when he would chase after the quarterback and just did his like massive dive?
I know. Launched himself at him. Oh, look at that. Carl is like the candy man. He mentioned his name and here he turns. Hello, Carl. Good to see you, mate. And yeah, Peanut Head says that Dexter is taking snaps away from Jordan Vandenberg. So he was all over the shop, wasn't he? His athleticism on display. We've switched to D-line now, haven't we? Just the conversation there. But, you know, whatever. Let's see where it goes, eh? Let's roll with it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Is that saying if they move him in a deal for Sweat? Do you mean Josh Sweat, Booker? Oh, dear. Oh, Carl's on it again.
Boy.
There we go. Evie says it. Yeah, that's what an NFL insider. Can't remember. I just said it, but one of them just said that there's rumours of a trade deal in the offing for Dexter. They're talking to someone about that. So it depends who they're bringing in. Maybe it's an edge rusher. Maybe it's a bloody defensive back. Who knows? But but yeah, sorry. But yeah, Jordan Vandenberg, man, his athleticism on display. Getting in the backfield a couple of times. Got that great tackle for loss, didn't he? Pursuit down the line, sort of lateral pursuit, and then flung the guy into the dirt, which I love. I like his juice, actually. Yeah, I think he's really keen. The other guys, speak highly of him, don't they? Gallimore and Garrett, Grady Jarrett, have both said that they think he's got a really good future. So I guess we'll wait and see. But yeah, getting more snaps, getting reps, getting NFL ready. So let's see
I mean,
what he's got.
I think he must have been in for most of the game, wasn't he, on Saturday? Seemed to me anyway.
He was in for a lot of the game, wasn't he?
Yeah, which is awesome. But I mean, another. We'll finish off with offense, receiving. Alexander, he got 5 receptions, 60 yards. Richardson got 5 receptions, 48 yards. Walker got 1 reception, 36, but it was an absolute awesome catch. Do you remember that one, Jason?
Yeah, so say that Johnny Walker down the sideline. Yeah.
Awesome catch. I think he's going to make the team. And then we had Roush, the new tight end, the rookie tight end. He got 2 for 30 yards, and what is like a really decent catch and run. And then Roma Dunze got 1 reception and an opening drive for 18 yards. So it's so hard, isn't it? Because it's pre-season. I just find it so hard pre-season games to sort of break down, because everything's vanilla. Like the second half, Johnson wasn't able to call in the offensive plays. I don't know who he passed the play calling to.
Jim Dre, tight ends coach.
Oh, one of the tight ends coach, right? Cool. So it's really hard. I mean, I'm so glad Walker got a catch. And it was good to see Roma Dunze as well be on the field, and he looked healthy as well. And it's just good to see the rookie Roush, starting to get some receptions and get more into the games. But what were your sort of overall thoughts of the receiving corps on Saturday?
Well, we know we haven't got space for all of them, have we? Some of them have performed pretty well, but Caden Davis didn't have anything. He had a quiet game. Very, very quiet game. And then obviously JP Richardson made that massive gaff, didn't he, with the kick return from the end zone, and that sort of stuff's going to hurt your prospect, isn't it? Yeah. It was JP Richardson, wasn't it, that fumbled it in the end zone? Well, yeah. And then instead of just taking the knee and coming out from the 30 or 35 yard line, it would have been, because it landed in the end zone. It would have been, he decided to bring it out. So, and that was a really bad decision, because then there was a penalty as well, which made it half distance. So it cost us about 30 yards in field position. So, I think maybe the sort of pressure of the situation, the nerves got the better of him, really. So that'll blot his copybook. But he's been decent, and we're not going to be able to kick them all. And the only thing is that hopefully they'll put themselves in a shop window and they'll produce for someone else. So, but yeah, we'll see. We're not going to keep them, but I think they're fighting for this kind of like 6th roster position, aren't they? I think our top 5 are kind of. I think they're kind of set, aren't they? The top 5 are the top 5. So we may keep one of them. I mean, if I had to pick one, I'd say probably Caden Davis is kind of ahead. He's been really good, isn't he, in preseason? And yeah, that's true. That's true, though. Yeah, Carl's saying you never take a knee on a kickoff in preseason. You'll always be asked to put your ability on tape. But I think once he fumbled it, I think that's when your sort of game smarts needs to go. Shit, that's because that costs you that kind of half to a full second of time. By which time you're being closed down, you need. I just think, we'll see what they think of it. But
the mental part's just as important as the physical part, isn't it? Especially in American football. Do you know what I mean? Because and they're the things that unfortunately get players cut from a team as well. Especially when there's about 3 or 4 players going for one spot. So the offense, it would have, like you said at the start of the show, it just never clicked. There was no rhythm. The left tackle, whoever played left tackle, letting people get past them. Some of the run blocking were all right, especially with Johnson going up the middle. They seemed to get a good push, the offensive line did. But, it was very, very, very sort of pre-season game, It was sort of, it's so hard to sort of say all this and that, because, there's so many elements that are different when it's a pre-season game. But, there's a lot to work on for the offense, I think, for this week. Really,
definitely, and I think that was a quadruple negative. It's good work, mate, getting them in the sentence. But I think it's just disappointing after obviously last week. But I think I still rather this kind of game happen now, where you can iron stuff out, you can figure out if it's your scheme or whatever. But like you say, you're only going to see the very most basic of offensive play calling, aren't you? Especially when we know what our issues are, but. Hopefully it'll inform the coaching staff exactly, a bit more information about some of these players that are on the bubble, maybe, and we'll just see where it takes them. It's good to, like we said before the last game, it's good to see some football back. It's a shame it was a bit dull. Yeah, I did foolishly stay up and watch the whole thing all night, so it was a late night for me for a pretty awful game. But
like I said, I did the first half and it got to about 25-2, and I thought, I'm just going to watch the second half tomorrow morning. I'm just going to watch it tomorrow morning because I could sort of see how the game was going, and I thought, no, I'm not staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning to watch this sort of game continue. But we'll move on to defense. Our sort of leading tacklers were Matthew. He had 5 tackles, 2 assists. Manning had 4 tackles, 1 assist. Hippolyte had 3 tackles and 4 assists. And Thomas had 2 tackles and 1 interception. I thought we didn't really get any sort of pressure on their quarterback, did we, really? I didn't think on the Saturday. And we were playing against a quarterback who was 40-year-old. He's practically the same age as me and you.
Know.
And he was able to sort of move around quite a lot and have time for his backdrops. What were your thoughts about the sort of D line and the sort of lack of QB pressure we're getting?
Yeah, I know. He's a 40-year-old journeyman, I think they described him as, wouldn't they? But he can move for a 40-year-old, can't he? He's pretty mobile and quick. But obviously, those guys, they've got experience, haven't they? So, yeah, while you expect them to be sort of they're not stars, they're kind of like journeyman professional backups. They've got that kind of ability just to process and to just, control the offense and do things reasonably. But it's Jerry. What was that? Jerry is Kraken. Is that a new guy? Or Jerry is Craven. Sorry, I'm thinking Kraken. I must run my brain again. But yeah, Jerry is Craven. Good to see you, mate. Evie says, "Sorry, gents, need to exit. My tummy's giving me grief, and I need to lay down." Oh God, I hope you feel better soon, Evie.
Take care.
Thanks for those things, the jewels or whatever it was. Whatever.
So look at yourself and message me on Facebook to let me know you're all right.
Yeah, there we go. 27 isn't named Caden Davis. I know it's confusing as hell, isn't it, Carl? Because they got 90 on the roster. You get offense and defense with the same numbers on, so it's just like it confuses the hell out of me sometimes too. But yeah, enough pressure. The one sack we did have was obviously negated by that awful bloody penalty from Josh Blackwell. Again, disappointing. And he's a solid pro. I really like him. Obviously, Carl loves Josh Blackwell. Jerry is Craven. I'm a cheeky little wanker. Welcome. But it was annoying that we didn't get any sort of real pressure. Obviously, after his good breakout game last week, Jamie Cromer was invisible. The odd bit of pressure.
Oh, yeah, that's a good call, Jason, because I was thinking that this morning. Because I had a quick review of the game, like the 40-minute come out, and I kept thinking, where's that dude from last week who played really well at D tackle? And he wasn't there at all, were he?
No, exactly. Carl's saying here, go ahead and tell them about my love for Mr. Blackwell, mate. Let's have it. That's on your channel, isn't it? I think it's a different media set. I'm not going to try and... You're going to stare at me, my mouth open, like while I'm trying to hunt through resources. But basically, there's that clip in there, the soundboard on the BCP show where Carl confesses to being the biggest Josh Blackwell meat rider in this universe, or whatever he says. But
right.
In this ecosystem, that's what he says. Yeah, but yeah. Peanut says it's going to be a bumpy start of the season, defense-wise. DA's defense is based on quick line pressure and a complex coverage scheme. So many new players stepping in. That's true. And then also in the second half, it was it Al Harris calling the plays in the second half?
I think it was, yes.
Yeah. So again, you're not going to show any tricks. Hey, Cliff Victoria, good to see you, man.
Hey, Cliff, man, how you doing?
Cliff's exactly right. He's great special teamer, not so good. It's certainly outside corner. If he's playing out there, then we're probably in a bit of trouble. Yeah. So, Carl says, thanks for the new soundbite there, laddie. Cheers. He's done me again, hasn't he? He's flipping Ron Burgundy me and got me to say something. He's disagreeing with Cliff. Carl is saying that Cliff's is a capable slot defensive back. Yeah, I think he's better in the slot than out wide, isn't he? But, hopefully we can get more players fit for starters. But the lack of pressure was a bit awful. But occasionally, again, Jordan van der Berg was up the middle. I'll let these two discuss that. Carl and Cliff can have a bit of a Josh Blackwell discussion in the chat. We'll leave them to it.
Get in there, Cliff.
But just disappointing, wasn't it? Like, say, seconds against seconds and thirds against thirds. We would have hoped for a better showing from the D line. But again, we'll just wait and see what we'll see what it's like with the first team out there. And again, just pre-season, you've got to roll with it, haven't you? You just got to hope they've learned some stuff from the players that are fighting for a spot. So again, there's a lot of places up for grabs on the D line in terms of the 53. So we'll see what they find out of that tape. But not impressive really.
No, I mean, especially like you were saying, it's the week where the cut downs happen before next Monday. So the pressure's going to be on for them guys who are trying to get a place even on the practice squad.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's that sort of time of the show where we like to take a break and listen to some of Jason's knowledge in Stacey's stat bomb.
Right, here we are again. It just comes around so quick. Yes, this week's stat bomb is based on, because obviously it's a bit of we haven't got sort of meaningful games really. So I just I go on what's happened in the news, and obviously I think we've all seen now that Allen Robinson, former Bears wide receiver, has announced his retirement from the game. He sat out last year. He spent 2024 with the Lions. He played very little part, like a bit part role, but obviously we all know Allen Robinson. He was the 2014 second round pick for the Jags.
Yeah.
His second year there with 1,400 yards and 14 touchdowns and got selected to the Pro Bowl. And then he joined the Bears for the 2018 season, that lovely NFC North winnings championship season. Took us to the title. He has 4 seasons with the Bears, and he had back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in 2019 and 2020, which surprisingly is only maybe not surprisingly, he's only the 5th player in Bears franchise history to do that, have back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Only 5 times has that happened.
That doesn't surprise me at all, Jason.
No, it doesn't, does it? Yeah. He still holds the Bears record for the most receiving yards in a playoff game for the Bears, 143 in that horrible wildcard loss to the Eagles in 2018. So in his 4 years at the Bears, he had 293 receptions, 3,561 yards, and 18 touchdowns. And he is 11th on the list of all-time Bears receivers, so in terms of yardage. So 11th most yards for Bears receivers. Top of that list, of course, is Johnny Morris with 5,059, the only receiver we've had break 5,000 receiving yards. And as you mentioned, Walter Payton at the intro, to cement his status as the greatest football player that ever lived, and I won't hear anything else ever about anyone ever says, is that Walter Payton is also 4th in our all-time receiving yards list with 4,538 yards.
I can believe that.
Ahead of Mike Ditka in 5th with 4,503. And bless him, DJ Moore was 17th. He ended up 17th on the list with 3,000. Yeah. The highest placed current Bears player is Cole Kmet, who's 19th in the all-time receiving list for the Bears with 2,939 yards. Little side note about Cole Kmet is that he's now played 100 games for the Bears in 6 seasons, which means he's only missed 2 games. So he's durable as hell. Wow. If he has 17 more games this season, he'll be joint 20th all-time appearances for the Bears.
Brilliant.
So he's 30th all-time currently, and he's missed 2 games. When we get to the playoffs and he plays 18 games, then he'll be on his own in 20th place in the appearances record for the Bears.
Oh, cool.
The most games played by for the Bears, as most people might know, is Olin Kreutz, followed obviously by Walter Payton with 190. So Kreutz had 191 games for the Bears. Payton had 190. So they're the 2 leading appearances for them. Back to Allen Robinson.
Sorry, Jason. Do you know how long Olin Kreutz played for?
I think it was like 12 years or something.
Yeah,
was it 12 or 13 years. I can't remember. Yeah. I didn't make a note of that. Back to Allen Robinson, obviously 11th on all-time receiving yards list for the Bears. But his longest ever catch was only 49 yards. He's never won 49 yards for a catch.
Oh, really?
Which you might expect. Even Emery Moorhead had an 85-yarder in the 85 season. So then I started looking, as I do, because I'm a geek, and I looked at it. In yards per game, Allen Robinson is 4th all-time for the Bears with 62.5 average yards per game. The top of that list is Brandon Marshall with 78.3. And to give it some currency for our sort of current crop, Dunze is 17th highest on the yards per game list for the Bears at 48.1. Loveland is 23rd with 44.6. And Burden is 24th with 43.5. And I fully expect those numbers to start going up this season. And the other thing that he had was, and when you look at the sort of league tables, that he had 12.12 yards per catch, did Allen Robinson. So, which happens to be exactly the same as Darnell Mooney, Tom Waddle, and Bronco Nagurski. Also had 12.2 yards per reception for the Bears.
What a great name. What a great name.
It's an awesome name, isn't it? Bronco Nagurski.
What a great name. That is so cool.
Old-time legend of the Bears. And again, to give that some more perspective, our quarterback, Caleb Williams, averages 11 yards per reception. He's had 2 for 22 yards and a touchdown, obviously, last season. And to show that stats can prove anything about anybody, Keenan Allen and Chase Claypool both have 10.6 yards per catch for the Bears. So slightly different perspectives on those two players. And also, Greg Olsen and Cole Kmet share also the same record of 10.2 yards per catch for the Bears over their careers so far. In terms of running backs, Peyton had 9.2 yards per reception, and Coleman Nungai has 9.1. Swift has 9 exactly. So pretty good receiving backs as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. And also, another little thing I noticed as well from that little segment when I started digging into receiving stats was that Jim McMahon had 4 targets as a receiver. He caught 3 passes for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns for an average of 24.3 yards per reception. So well done, Jim McMahon.
Yeah. Oh, my. Fantastic stat bombs, mate. Fantastic stat bombs. And obviously, anytime Sweetness gets mentioned, then I'm a sucker for anything when Sweetness gets mentioned.
The greatest football player that ever lived. I'll have nothing else said.
Oh, mate. Totally. Yeah. The guy was the Chicago Bears for so many years, wasn't he? He was the team because they were so shit for so many years. Yeah. And then it was that thing about there's always that thing that they were like he didn't score in the Super Bowl and Dick to put let the fridge score and after the game like Peyton wouldn't speak to anybody and his agent went through do you know how bad this will look if you don't speak after the Super Bowl? I know. You know how it looks so bad, and you could see that he sort of mixed emotions when he was being interviewed. But you got a little Sweetness, man. What an absolute guy!
Yeah, and he got to the Super Bowl, didn't he? That's the thing. That's the thing that you got to try. He has to remember is that, or you should have hopefully remembered is that he got us there in the first place. It's but shame on Ditka, and apparently he did say that he regretted that, didn't he? In that sort of
I've seen him say that, and I think he just said he was just in the moment and he didn't really think about it. But when it was so lopsided, you know what I mean.
And the other big thing as well. The other big thing, I know that other running backs have now surpassed Walter Payton's yardage. But the big thing that made a difference for me, or one of the things that makes a difference for me, is that the offensive line that he ran behind was dog shit. The Bears never had all pros and pro bowlers in their offensive line for all those 70s and 80s, apart from Jimbo Cova. Obviously, there's a couple of others that have got it there. But until the 80s, that mid 80s, the line that he ran behind in the 70s and into the 80s was absolutely awful. So he literally carried that team on his back. So that's another big tick on my Cliff. Yeah, the longevity, the stats, the personality, man, an absolute legend of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think really they didn't get the offensive line sorted out until like 83, 84, did they really? And then they started getting that run for the Super Bowl. But I mean, I started watching the Bears. It would have been 85, 86. You side, it would come into the end of his career. But still 1985. He still got well over 1,000 yards rushing. He was still a very important part.
I know, Carl. It's all right. As I did say later on in his career. Yeah. And Peanut only missed one start, man. It's incredible, isn't it? Durability, because the hits he took when you see him running through players, man, in those, it's just
and apparently as well, he wore the same shoulder pads what he used to wear at college all the way through his career, and he wore the same helmet for like years and years. This horrible Wilson thing. So I saw somebody, I think it was on eBay or something, and it was really, really expensive. And it sort of showed in the padding inside the helmet. It was like, my God, especially like how he used to lower his head, and especially when he used to do them, pinging jumps over to get a touchdown. You just think, oh God. But but the next preseason game for the Bears against the Tennessee Titans, who beat the Seattle Seahawks 19-16 last Saturday. We've also got a joint practice for them as well on Thursday. I mean, and also as well, I did watch like the 40-minute version of the game. their quarterbacks were Ward. He was 8 for 12 for 69. And then somebody came on and I thought, it's Trubisky time. And he came on, he was 7 and 9, 49 yards. But I didn't even realise he'd left the Buffalo Bills. Their rushing attack, their main leader was Chestnut, 8 for 48 yards. Carter for 7 for 28 yards. And Johnson, 1 for 25 yards, but he did get a TD. And their main receivers were Pollard, 1 reception for 33 yards, and Chestnut again, 3 receptions for 24 yards. I think it's going to be a big test for our offensive line this week. I really do. Because I can remember when we played the Titans. Was it last year we played them? At the start of the year? Or last season?
Year before.
The year before. Yeah. And their D-line were really good then, so I think their D-line's going to be good. So it's going to be another good sort of workout for an offense. Like to see how they are. What are you hoping to sort of see out of the joint practices and the upcoming game, Jason?
Just sorry, quickly to talk about Cliff's comment here, because I believe he's wearing the same number, isn't he? And Cliff says, any comparisons yet between Vandenberg and Mongo? Too soon? ? Mongo used to crash the line like Vandenberg is starting to. Both have had great motors and love of the game. As Peanut says, those are huge cleats to fill, man. It's probably, I think probably for my mind a little early. The signs of promise, it could be a steal. It's too early to get excited for me in a couple of preseason games, but the word around the campfire from him in training camp and now some sort of seeing him in the games is that he's certainly got potential. So if he's going to start, if he learns the techniques to go with his athleticism, then we might have a real player on our hands. It could be an absolute steal in the 6th round, but we'll see where he goes. But it's all positive so far, isn't it? I think. I think the thing for him will be controlling that sort of enthusiasm, because he looks a bit kind of like crazy sometimes, but then like a bit of crazy behind, don't we? But to get back to the Titans, mate. Yeah, you're right. Their defense. I've made a note of that. The defensive front, obviously, Jeffrey Simmons is an All-Pro up there. They signed John Franklin Myers for big money. They had a huge salary cap. They had loads of cap space.
Really? Right.
So they've gone and spent big time. They've got the defensive end from the Broncos, John Franklin Myers. He had 7.5 sacks last year. They traded up they took their 1st round pick was Carnell Tate, a wide receiver out of Ohio State. Can't get the words out. But they traded it back into the 1st round to take Keldrick Falk, the edge player from in the 1st round, still like 31st. So exactly. Someone mentioned that before. I was going to mention that here. Look. Richard Dent was an 8th round pick.
Yeah,
exactly. You're going to love it, don't you?
Yeah, not too bad when Richard Dent. Not too bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So their defensive front is pretty fucking good. Yeah. Keldrick Falk has been flashing in preseason as well, apparently. Like I say, they've beaten the Seahawks and the 49ers. But, so it's preseason, so you don't know, do you? But apparently, Cam Ward's starting quarterback. Obviously, Will Levis is still there, but may not make the roster. And Trubisky seems to be the backup. But then the reason he's there probably is because their new offensive coordinator is Brian Daboll, isn't he, who knows him from the Bills. So
that's right, yes.
That's why he's come over there. Obviously, he needs another backup job somewhere, because they changed the coaches too. You see, Robert Saleh's now the head coach.
That's right.
At Tennessee. So expect to see him put his imprint on the defense. So, but the word is though, so it'd be a big test up front, certainly for our O-line. So that'll be a good test in the joint practice. And then the secondary, they were struggling apparently. So that's the sort of, even though they in the offseason they got Wan'Dale Robinson on a 4-year deal from the Giants for $70 million. Sorry, he's a fucking wide receiver. What am I talking about? The cornerbacks are up here. Cordale Flott and Alontae Taylor, beg your pardon. Those are the cornerbacks they got. So experienced sort of vets trying to sort of bolster their secondary. But apparently their secondary is really struggling in the preseason. But again, it's preseason. We'll see if they can iron it out. But hopefully something that we can take advantage of and get some rhythm going against them. But it'll be a massive test. I don't know what their second string are like, but certainly their starters on the defensive front are as good as anyone in the league, really.
Yeah.
Big test.
I think that, sorry, Jason. I think their second unit of their defensive line played really well, because Seattle Seahawks are not too shabby, are they? You know what I mean? Just won the Super Bowl. I know it's pre-season, but they seem to sort of close down their running game quite well. Apart from they did let one guy get right up the middle for about 30-40 yard gain. But yeah, I think their defense is probably going to be their sort of strong side of their team, really.
Let me just interrupt you for a little bit. Shorty wants to give Carl some love. Just saying he's giving him a shout out for producing everything for BCP for the last several months. So yeah, massive. That's echoed by us. Carl too does all the show prep and the thumbnails and does, sets it all up for us. So as Shorty's saying there, Carl, we really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for everything you do for the channel, for the Thursday night show, and also for us too. So yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, cheers,
from Shorty and us to everyone.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So they also took a linebacker as well. Was another big signing of theirs in the draft. Sorry, another draft pick of theirs. So he's been doing quite well apparently in preseason too. So he says, yeah, very kind, Carl. He says, "Piss off, you blokes. You lot and Dave deserve all the congratulations. I appreciate it a lot." Well, it's all down to you, mate. Your work. You and Shorty give us the platform, and we just turn up here and chat shit every week. So yeah, thanks for the opportunity.
But he's right though.
But yeah, so defense wise, it'll be a test. But I say this, secondary struggling, and hopefully we can just get some stuff together. So yeah, that's it for me for the defense of the Titans. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Will Levis. It was 2 years ago. Obviously, we opened against the Vikings, didn't we? But the season before was Will Levis threw that dreadful pick six to win us the game, didn't he? So, but I think there's talk that he might not even make the roster at the moment. So I saw some fan sites on the Titans saying things like it's officially time to press the panic button on the defense on the secondary. So they're obviously pretty desperately unhappy with where it's going at the minute. But again, it's early days, but they need to get their shit together for week one, as we do in the secondary too. But ours is different; it's injury related.
We just need to have the bodies on the field who are healthy. That's our problem. Yeah,
I mean, good news for us, as we said this week. Good news this week was, of course, that Cam Lewis and Xavier Woods were back out there. So we just need to know. Yeah, I think who was it that got activated off the pup? Was it wasn't Terrell Smith? Was it? No, I don't think it was. But no, I know. Don't Peanut. That fucking still grips my shit massively. We lost to bloody JJ McCarthy. How did we lose that game, man?
But the worst thing about that was he was suddenly anointed as like the best fucking quarterback in the world, and you're like, fuck, one game, and now he's being dropped as a starter for Kyler Murray.
Anyway, back to the Titans, mate. You want to talk about their offense?
Yeah, definitely, mate. I mean, I thought their offense played pretty well. They played in themselves against the Seahawks. I must admit, the Titans aren't a team I know much about, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't play very often, and they're not really a team. Apart from the uniforms look pretty cool. I think they were going back to that Houston Oiler look, because that's what they used to be, didn't they? They used to be the Houston Oilers beforehand. And I do like that powder blue colour.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, they're in an awful division, aren't they? I think.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we'll see. But I mean, I think who are they? AFC South. They're in with the Jags, aren't they? The Jags and the. I can't even remember now, but I know the division's bad. Look at that! I can't back it up. That's terrible. It's just I'm just talking shit. I'm just shit talking. Their offense is with Cam Ward as your starter. I mean, he didn't have the best of starts, did he? So maybe he can get his shit together. Obviously, Brian Daboll is now the offensive coordinator, so they had a big change around in the coaching. So we'll see what he can bring to the system. But Cam Ward's got to start again, hasn't he, and learn a new one. Maybe Trubisky's out there. Their version of Case Keenum is going to be sort of bringing on their young quarterback, but we'll see about that.
But you know what, Jason? The best job in the NFL is to be the backup quarterback, isn't it? You think how much
someone said that? Yeah. I might be Peanut Head. I think it was Peanut Head said that. Yeah, best job in the world, man. Backup QB somewhere. There it is. Good work when you can find it. Exactly.
Peanut. I mean, he must have made millions since he even left the Bears as a backup quarterback.
Cheers, Shorty. You know love the stat well.
Cheers, Shorty. But yeah, I think really
Cliff. Hey, look at Cliff doing his Mary Poppins flipping Dick Van Dyke here. Look. Hey, King, I brassed off about that load of tosh. Ant-Mass, hey man, good to see you, buddy. Ant-Mass is in the house. Thanks for joining us, man. Yeah. Anyway, Cliff's doing his British accent, his British comments, which is great. Probably better than mine, I expect. Anyway, where were we? I can't remember. I'm all discombobulated. Titans, tough defensive line. Be good to see what they do in the joint practice.
Yeah, I think hopefully they'll get a lot out of the practice. I mean, this is obviously the final preseason game, so I'll be wondering if they're going to start Caleb again and give him maybe might have 2 series, the starters. But then again, you just can't afford to get him nicked up, can you, at all? Because he's so vital. But I mean, it's like basically since this preseason, and we've been doing the shows through the I just realised that preseason scores mean absolutely jack shit. So it's so hard to fucking predict, isn't it?
Yeah, did you see that was our first preseason defeat since 2023? So,
really?
Winning through the preseason doesn't mean it means nothing, like you say. It's meaningless. First time we lost in preseason since 2023, apparently.
Yeah, I think the 85 Bears lost all their preseason games, and they sort of ended up doing pretty well, didn't they? So,
not bad.
You can't really put it on the preseason, but I just want basically instead of chatting. Well, I think the Bears might win it because I think they'll be pissed off from the performance last Saturday.
No, he's frozen. We're back with it. Just hold on, everyone. He'll be back in a minute.
I don't know what's going on, man. I just don't know what's going on. I don't get it. Brand new laptop. I'm right next to the router. I don't get it, mate. I don't get it. I've kicked it. I've done all sorts to it to try and get it working.
I'm loving this from Carl. Carl says, bold take. Having a proper DT like Jordan Vandenberg would allow Sweat to reach new heights. I'm talking 18-plus sacks. Yeah, I mean, if he's getting pressure up the middle, you've got to account for it, haven't you? Because that's what gives you, time to get to the quarterback. It's the pressure in the middle that stops him from being able to step up and get rid of the ball. Right. If they can't step into their pass, that's what puts the quarterback off. It's all very well coming from the edge, but if you cannot collapse that front of the pocket, then you're going to get nowhere. And I think, if he can have some pressure, I think Jaden Loving, we haven't seen a great deal from him, but I think Gallimore's had a little bit of success. Contavious Street and Lynch have all flashed occasionally, but maybe they're pinning some hopes on having a sort of improved interior. So, but yeah, we'll see. We know Shorty's take on Peyton, the greatest bear of all time until Caleb eventually surpasses him, and Walter will be proud of him for doing so. Yeah, maybe there'll be a statue next to Sweetness at Soldier Field or in Indiana somewhere. Who knows?
Yeah, don't get political, mate. Yeah, I mean,
Take advice from Carl. He says, Chris, mate, update your network driver on that laptop. Try doing that maybe when we finish.
Right, I don't even know how to do that, but I'll take
the drivers in your settings.
All I know is that turn the fucking thing on and off and use the mouse, man. But I will do that, Carl. So I know you're an IT guy. So, thanks for that tips. It keeps happening. It's really annoying. And it is annoying. It annoys me, man. Because the thing is, when I freeze, you freeze as well. So I can't tell if it's me who's freezing or you're freezing.
For you, I'm still going, so I have to fill the dead air when you're like going.
Yeah, no, but you're the info stat man. You're third year in now. You're a third year pro. You got no excuse.
I'm a vet now. Yeah, waiting for my second contract. Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe. But anything else in the chat?
No, just some more tech advice from Carl again. Lenovo Vantage Dell Command Update HB Support Assistant. Just there we go. What else is there? Shorty started a pop quiz. He says, how many TDs did Willie Galt have in 1985? I bet you'll get it wrong.
Ooh.
Jerry is Craven says 3. I don't know. I'm young. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. If anyone knows the answer,
I'll go for 7. But are you going to give us the answer, Dan?
Yeah, we can't go now until Shorty gives us the answer. Come on, man. So Booker says he used to be hard on Sweat, but if you go back and watch him, he affects the game majority of the time. I think I kind of agree. There's a lot of time he'll start getting the pressure because he's so long, man. you see him driving the tackle into the quarterback, but then he just got rid of it because there's no pressure in the middle. The guy can just step up and just get rid of the ball. So I do think he gets a bit more sort of pressure than he kind of gets credit for sometimes. But yeah, we need someone opposite him, don't we?
We do.
Oh. Peanut Head says 13 touchdowns for Willie Gault.
Oh, for Willie Gault.
It was Willie Gault, wasn't it? Sorry, yeah, Willie
Yes.
Gault, yeah. Former Olympic sprinter, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. Speedster.
Carl says, Peanut Head, I'm not sure you're serious, mate. Do you have the stats on hand? So, again, some nice feedback about Shorty from the stat bomb, which is great. A kick return against Washington. Armando says one touchdown, a kick return against Washington. Are you serious?
Wow.
Booker says
Sure,
2.
2. Come on, Dad. You got to tell us the answer, mate.
Yeah, come on, man. If I start you're going to watch my stupid face Googling stuff now. Football database. No, that's preseason stats. Where's the Bears one? I can't be bothered to look at that now. Oh, jeez, I've got better. Yeah, if that's the answer, I don't know. I looked it up, so I won't answer. Come on, Cliff, you got to, because we can't end the show until you let us know. Yeah. We can't leave until someone tells us the answer.
You've got to stay alive until we find the answer, mate.
Come on, it's your own time you're wasting. Come on.
Well, we can stay here all day. Well, you know what I mean?
Well, only until Chris's bladder can't take any more.
I know, mate. I know. It's age and usage, I think.
Goddamn phone. Booker, true that. Oh, wrong book. Booker Shorty says it's wrong. Willie Gault had one touchdown, a kickoff return against Washington, Armando says. Cliff says AI says 1.
So that must be it.
Booker responds, damn it. Is that serious?
Damn.
Willie Gault only had one touchdown. A reception.
Right today.
Come on, there's a discrepancy here because people are saying it was a kick return. But he had one touchdown reception in 1985. Is that for real? No way.
Is that including the playoffs and the Super Bowl?
You're right, Shorty. That's hard to believe. I don't know, man.
It's
I'm
okay.
going to look at that. I'm going to look that up after.
We don't believe you. Right, man. So we're looking for an improvement by the offensive line against the Titans. That's a biggie.
Yeah. And also, sorry, mate. Oh, okay. So, 2, Washington and a TD against the Vikings, says Armando.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Start off Jim McMahon.
Yeah.
And the Vikings.
So the other one is, sorry, mate. Yes, is the Dante Manning, didn't he? The defensive back, man. He got absolutely torched, didn't he? Foster.
How you doing,
mate?
Foster?
We're just about to wrap up, so thanks for jumping in.
Better late than never, mate. Better late than never.
He had a mixed day, Dante Manning, didn't he? Because he had a couple of good pass breakups and a tackle, and then he got torched. I think the thing that stuck out for me, if he gets beaten off the line, he can't seem to recover because that's where the two TDs came from, wasn't it? But yeah, hopefully a better showing from him if he's around there. Then if he's out and about on Saturday at 11 p.m. UK time.
Is it? Oh, that's not too bad, actually. That's not
too bad, is it? Yeah, because I'm going to the cricket. I'm going to Lords on Sunday to watch the cricket test match. Yeah, so hopefully a little bit earlier than last week, so that'll be nice. So I won't be too tired.
Cool. So that'll be will that be the third day of the test?
Day 4 of the second test against Pakistan. Yeah. So
when does it start then? Thursday. Is it Thursday the test starts?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Thursday's day 1 then.
Thursday, isn't it? Nice one, mate. I've never been to. I've been past Lords outside, but I've never been to a game there. I've always fancied.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah,
last time I was there for an Ashes match, it was the Ashes match after the Alex Carey, Johnny Bairstow run-out thing. I don't even remember that. But
I remember that, yeah.
And Nathan Lyon, the Aussie spinner, came hobbling out of the pavilion because he'd torn his calf. It's a hell of a day's cricket, amazing day's cricket. So back at Lords on Sunday for a bit of that, which will mean absolutely nothing to our American friends. You what?
Yeah. Are you going with your dad?
Yeah, the old man's coming. Yeah, we're going for a day out of the
cricket.
Nice
one, mate. Nice one.
So that's nice that the Titans game is a little bit earlier, so an hour earlier, isn't it? 11 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah. So I won't be too tired for Sunday. But yeah, there you go. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I'm just rambling now, aren't I? I'm having a nice time.
Cool. We'll wrap it up then because we are just rambling nonsense, and we need to speak about cricket for about 2-3 minutes when you guys have probably got no idea what we're on about. But yeah, thanks for everybody watching the show. Oh, nice one, mate. Yeah, thanks everybody who's joined live. Everybody in the chat. Hello, everybody who watches on replay. And thanks for Shorty again for letting us do a show. And it's always a pleasure to do a show with yourself, Jason. Great stat bomb as usual. Anything you'd like to say before we leave?
No, same, mate. Yeah, thanks massively to Shorty and to Carl for making this possible.
Yeah.
And to all you lovely people in the chat, you make this show more fun for us too. And it's just a pleasure, absolute pleasure to chat Bears with you guys in the chat, with you, Chris, and Dave when he's back. Thanks everyone, loving it.
Cool.
On to next week, and then another 2 weeks after that, we're kicking off the season. So can't wait. Has he frozen again? Yeah, hasn't he?
I'm back.
There he's back, and he's back. Brilliant, just in time. All right, mate. Let's wrap it up. For fuck's sake, let's get out of here.
Yeah, it's doing made in that. The internet thing is doing made in, mate, and it's so unprofessional. Cool. Right, let's just leave it. It's been a weird show today, man. It's been a good show.
Yeah, it's a bit, isn't it? I feel a bit weird. Yeah.
I'm not really feeling that well, so everything's feeling a bit weird to me the last couple of days.
You bloody soft northerners getting ill all the time.
It says you, 2 southerners last week. I'm so poorly. I have to lay down. But no, we'll finish the show off. Say thanks to everybody. Let's look at the Bears offense. It'd be interesting to see Bajent play as well. I'm looking forward to see him back in the fold and playing.
Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, if they risk him, yeah. I've done it again. Look, this is crazy. That way. Come on, man.
We're back.
Okay. He's back. Right, brilliant. Let's get out of here. Just go.
Let's get out. This is going. It's going sideways, isn't it? Let's get out of here. 1, 2, 3. Bear down.